Alright, like, alright.
You alright, dude?
Alright, that was Rock a Vibe. Chris Petrucci did the intro and outro. Props to him for killing it. This is the Rob and Riley podcast. We haven't done it in a while. This is a brand new edition. Rob, what up?
Yeah, guys, so we're back.
Drinking beer.
We're drinking some beers. It's a Friday night here. We got a lot to talk about. Some good stuff, some bad stuff, and everything in between.
Yeah, so before we get started, do a little plug-a-roo. If you want to follow on our Instagram or my Instagram at GrapesyWelch and on Twitter Riley M Welch, and I have this thing called a blog, hashtag RileyWelchBlog. It's all about country music, entertainment. One is about to be dropped within a couple days, so tune into my Instagram. And I just introduced a brand new website, so everything that you need about this podcast, about my blog, and a soon to be another podcast called the Riley Welch Pod. What? All that will be on my website. So it's Riley M Welch at Wix. I used Wix. I had to. It's so easy. It's so easy. The link is on my Instagram, so feel free.
And for myself, if you don't already know, which I'm assuming you don't, it's the Bearded Man Toronto on your Instagrams.
So you're that guy who says Toronto, not Toronto.
Toronto?
I always find out people who are not from Toronto.
Say the 6 or the hashtag 6. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Or Drake City.
All right. Yeah.
Okay.
Tell me more.
Jurassic Park.
Okay. Yeah. Cool story.
Hashtag trending. Hashtag follow me on the Twitters.
Okay, easy there, friggin' Norm Kelly. The sixth dad. Who are you?
Hashtag dads of the 6.
Hashtag not saying.
Not even a dad.
No.
That's how good we are.
Definitely not a dad.
Hashtag fingers crossed not to be.
Hashtag Maury Povich.
Hashtag where's the Springer?
Springer somewhere else. I'll tell you that for free. How you doing? What do you mean? Yeah, so it was just weird. I was talking to Robbie about, because I work in Hamilton, Ontario, and Hamilton has some interesting people. If you're from the area, you definitely know what we're talking about. So I just came back from Hamilton working an event, and it's, I don't want to diss them. I love the city. The actual city, beautiful. Like with the mountain, beautiful, except for downtown. It's a little cringy, is cringy there. It gets a little creepy. The reason why it's creepy because some people are drinking the steel water. For example, today I was at the booth, and this older gentleman, and this is very, very common, comes up to me. And by looks, I'm like, yeah, he's an older gentleman, but he's, you could, in my mind, I'm like, yeah, you could probably understand him. You can't. He comes up to me. I'm like, oh, how you doing, sir? Is there anything I can do for you? And I'm not even kidding. He goes, FM radio. And I'm like, sorry, sir. Can you repeat that? And he's like, FM radio. Who's on stage? And I'm like, what? What? Like, it's just so it's so Hamilton, and I don't know. It kind of brings down vibe. Yeah, not rock a vibe. It's definitely not rocking a vibe. Hashtag plugin. Yeah, no, it's just, I don't know, man. If you know what I'm talking about, well, Hamilton, Ontario, they're very passionate about their sports teams or sport team. I know they have an OHL team, but I can't stand Hamilton because of that. Because you get Etobicoke people, you get Toronto people, but Hamilton is just on its own. Class. It's on its own because here's another point I didn't tell you. I got this older lady with no front teeth.
Oh, beauty.
No front teeth.
She's on the swimsuit model of the year, wasn't she?
Oh, I tell you, Sports Illustrated. She comes up. Meanwhile, the older gentleman's like, he's white. He's not Arabic. Sorry.
I would hope.
Yeah, anyways. But you get an older lady, she's, stocky.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not judging, but she comes up, and this is one of my pet peeves. She comes up like, and I shit you not. Hey! Oh, Jerry, no. And this is me being quiet. Hey, Jerry, no. You woke up the baby. I'll kill you. I am not making this up. And then we have hats and sunglasses. And this is one of my pet peeves. When people ask me, not even ask me, like, give me some hats. Give me some sunglasses.
Give me the money.
I'm like, I gave her a hat. And then she lost it, comes back, and says, I want another hat. Like, I see that hat. She goes behind the desk. I'm like, first off, no. And she's like, I see that. I want that hat. I'm like, sorry, it's for my boss. 'Cause my boss texted me. She wants a hat. I'm like, fair enough. So I put one aside. She's like, I want that hat. Like, she's yelling at this point. I'm like, sorry, it's for my boss. And then ever since I said it's for my boss, every like 5 to 10 minutes, is our boss here? I'm like, first off, get fake goddamn teeth in your mouth.
Oh, jeez.
And stop being rude. And like, that's just so Hamilton. That's why Hamilton pisses me off. Like, just it's weird because as soon as you go on top of the hill or go on the hill, it's fine.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
great.
You're in the gutters.
But when you're downtown Hamilton, like outside of Mac University,
you hit in the streets.
I don't know. Like, I don't want to be the one who talks crap, but
it ain't
you gotta know where I'm coming from, though, right?
And with that said, guys, it's all about class. You can go into any area and find a certain class of person, but
you know what's funny? I had a event. It was at a rug store in downtown Hamilton, and
brought to you by Jerry's Rugs. Buy one and
by the
throw
way,
one out. That
was the creepiest place, but out like across the street, it was Hamilton Strip or something like that,
boy.
and it was still popping at 10 a.m. in the morning.
It's Toonie Tuesdays, everybody.
Every day's a Tuesday.
Oh.
Wow.
Tanya, the 65-year-old stripper, will be back at 3 a.m. to do her midnight show.
I can't, man. Like, Hamilton's beautiful, forestry, all that, but it just, like, it's just rudeness. I don't know, maybe because I'm from the GTA, and, like, I think, this will sound biased, the Toronto, wow.
The Toronto.
Toronto is far superior.
Oh, yeah. Well,
far superior.
At the same time, though, you go down to certain places that rhyme with Parkdale, you might find a certain class of citizen.
Yeah, fair enough, but it's just a different ball of, I don't know.
It's totally, you're definitely right there. It's totally different, and it's a lot of the culture where you grow up, and it's like you see your mom and dad.
Can I turn off the announcer in you?
You can't, actually. It's broken. Hence why I'm doing a podcast, not a radio show.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, because I don't think half the things I say will be allowed on live radio. And nobody cares to hear it. Hence why we're podcasting.
Yeah.
Anyways, to our 5 Hamilton listeners, thank God you're here. Because without you, we would be so less classy, now wouldn't we?
Oh, God. You know, I just... Hamilton, what are you doing to yourself? And they're like, what's their... Tigercats have a thing like, we're home, or it's kind of like We the Six, like We the North, but it's like for Hamilton.
That's not good.
It's I forgot. It's like Hamilton Strong or something like that. I'm like, no. I go walking.
It's
I'm
not
like,
even true.
No, don't say that. Well, that was bad. No,
walking.
You can't say that about Hamilton. Not
especially
the
not
play.
Hamilton. Come on, guys.
I don't know. Anyways, let's just get over this because I can go on, and people will be like, oh, and podcast turned off. Anyways.
And we're at 3 hours now, and he still hasn't talked about the Hamilton Tigercats. Which is a great team, by the way. Amazing. Yeah. Love them.
Who loses a game 60-1?
I can give you one team, and they rhyme with Rye Cats.
You mean Rye Dogs? And by the way, that's my nickname. But saying that, like, going off of people just saying whatever they want to say to other people.
Where this is going.
Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather. I don't know. People, a lot of are on. Okay, realistically, we all know what's going to happen, but I love McGregor, man. I love the way he chirps. It is that suit that he was wearing. Irish
bulldog.
I love it, man. I love it because his training, his sparring partner quit because he posted photos of him, air quote, kicking his ass. Meanwhile, his sparring partner knocked him out like multiple times. But this is why I love McGregor, because he posted the ones that
just the ones that make him look good.
Yeah, because it's all a mind game.
PR.
I love it. Like, McGregor is the king of chirps.
And like for most of you, go back 2 years. McGregor was welcome to the radio broadcast hour.
So go back, yeah.
So you go back 2 years, you don't even know who McGregor is. If you ever played UFC, go to the fucking go back to the featherweights, okay? See young, thin Conor McGregor, then come back and tell me that he'll beat Mayweather. It's so cute. It's so cute. He's like 125 pounds of a UFC fighter. Now he's like 165 pounds and thinks he's like the Russian bulldog. It's amazing.
You know what's I give him more respect on? His wife. He married a girl that he's with before he got famous, before he got into the UFC, because he kept saying loyalty is key. As much as he chirps, as much as he's an asshole, you gotta respect the living crap out of him for marrying his high school sweetheart, so to speak.
Oh yeah, and it's like good on her.
Because she stuck by him through the. Because I thought I saw like an interview where he's like, he was insanely broke. She was working. She was supporting him, and now that he's supporting her, he's just he said she deserves everything in the world.
And it's so true, because it's like,
and like that's what young people should look up on, like that loyalty. Not the trash talk. That's just mediocre. That's just sound.
Like when this podcast hits 20 followers, my mind won't change. All right, guys, I won't get bloated into this huge celebrity. All right,
yeah, he just bought
I might make a few T-shirts. All right, I might send them out to everybody in the neighborhood, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna take it to my head. All right,
merch.
It's all about the hashtag buy my T-shirts. Okay, they'll be online. We're selling them for $5 a piece. They are made in places that are illegal, so please don't tell your friends unless it's on an unlicensed website.
Yeah.
Thanks again.
Yeah, so, I don't know. I just prefer the chirping. Like, the whole press conference idea was so smart.
And it's so funny, too.
It's funny, it's smart, and they didn't overplay it. Because they went to L.A., New York, Toronto. I don't know, but I love it. It's weird that they went to the Budweiser stage, to be honest. I thought that was weird.
Yeah.
Because I get it that ACC is not
not the right
not the right size, but they could have gone somewhere totally different.
Oh, for sure. And it's like, come on, Toronto's better than that. You can at least give us a little bit more hype than. What am I saying?
Whatever.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It was just shocking that they put. Anyways, but it's just the whole idea, because us coming from PR school, the whole idea is just perfect.
Oh, it's
because like we all know what's going to happen, but the whole hype to this event is amazing. It doesn't even matter who wins.
It's like they are both going to walk away with fame, notoriety, and money. You know how many people are going to be buying the pay-per-view of this? So much, just because
it's like
of the
$100.
Just because of the chirps, not because they even watch UFC. Just because they want to hear them chirp before the fight. The 2 seconds of like, all right, guys, you ready? Oh, you're this, you're that. That's worth $100 to almost everybody in this room. Yeah, it's amazing.
There's so many chirps that I love. I love it.
They don't even have to pick up the fist, as long as they
pick up the mic.
The words.
Pick up the mic.
I think
and
that
start
leave
chirping.
a lot more blood on the floor. Okay?
That's a TV show waiting to happen.
I think that it'd become a bare knuckles fight a lot faster if they started it like that. Just keep the moms out of it, and we'll be okay. That's it.
Well, I think I gotta respect McGregor's style. He comes in full suit. And it's funny because he came in a full suit. Meanwhile, Mayweather comes in the backpack. And he tripped the living crap out of him. He's like, the kid can't even read. Why does he have a school bag? The guy cannot even read. That was one of my favorite chirps. I loved it. But,
I'm hoping that he has a PR guy in the back. Like, okay.
Well, he does.
Just, like, keep it clean, all right? stay away from this. And, like, he's saying to him, like, nah, man, I'm going here. It's like, okay, that's ruthless. Like, keep it clean, okay? This is live interviews. Like,
see, that's the thing.
Amazing.
It was live. It was... I think I was watching on TSN or the Sportsnet.
Oh, man.
It was the first press conference, and like, oh, here it is. And then it was funny because it was live TV, and he was dropping F-bombs, and like 2 seconds later, from when he dropped the F-bombs, like beep. It's like, he's like, what the beep. It was a little too late there, buddy.
You missed your call, man.
Yeah. So whoever did the beeps, that's a fired.
It's a fired.
It's a fired. Speaking of that's a fired.
Oh, no.
Podcast. Obviously, this is a podcast, and we're just fans of podcasts in general.
Yeah.
That's why we figured, well, why not? Let's do it. My favorite right now is Chris D'Elia. He's hilarious. He goes, "That's so good.
It's so good.
That's so good." Yeah, he's amazing. Check him out. Free plug. Tag him to this podcast. So we say, "What up?" Maybe get a little sponsorship
a little
there.
Conversation going, a little Nike sponsorship 6 months from now. Who knows?
Lonzo Ball. Saying that, well, like that's my favorite. What's your favorite?
I love Mark Maron. He is a god of podcasting in my eyes. Probably because he's everything I am in the world. An angry person that it's just amazing. Like, you can get angry at absolutely nothing and make it comedic. It's like he has a 2-hour podcast in which 45 minutes is just him shit talking his own life. I clap to that. I could probably spend 2 hours talking about the shit of my life too. 1, I ran out of fucking mayo today, folks. Who's gonna bring it here? Not you. None of you are gonna come to my house with mayo, now are you? Mark Maron. Hashtag it, tag it, post it, tweet it. He's good. He's amazing. I love it. Stand-up comedian, great. Sit-down comedian, awesome. Podcaster, even better. I love it all. It's great.
Yeah.
One person I don't like.
Who?
I don't know. His name rhymes with Shaquille O'Neal. I'm not picking a fight because he could eat me for breakfast and save the rest for dinner, but still.
Why do you hate him? I personally, I haven't listened to the podcast, but I can only imagine Shaq. So why do you hate him?
If you've ever seen Shaq in an interview, which I hope you haven't, because it's like watching a gorilla look into a bright light. That's his podcast. It is so bad. It's just like, oh, you guys remember that game in 1999? No, Shaq. Of all the games in 1999, no, I do not remember the game that you're not even specifically talking about. Or it's like he starts talking about his life, and it's like, no offense, Shaq, but you haven't done anything in a very long time, so your life isn't even very relevant. And he talks like Shaq, so it's not like he's even a storyteller.
No.
He's the most heaviest of goons on the court and in the podcast.
Every time I think of Shaq in broadcasting or podcasting, it's that moment where he got off. I have to show you this YouTube clip. I'm pretty sure you saw it. It's when he got off from the desk. I think it was for the NBA, and I think he was he was supposed to run somewhere, but he tripped on the wire. So all like 300 pounds or 350, whatever he weighs, just face planted.
Oh boy!
It was the best thing ever, and it's just if you have no idea what we're talking about, legit, YouTube it. You'll be crying for days.
Ripples throughout the entire stadium. I bet.
Like, we could still feel the ripple effect from it. But
good job, Shaq. We know your 3-point shot probably got a lot better over the years. God knows it couldn't got worse.
You know it hasn't. It's like Charles Barkley's golf swing.
Oh boy, that's bad.
It's so bad. It's so greasy.
Bad. Hey CeeLo, where's the green, man? Where's the green?
Well, not in my pocket.
In any case, guys, how can I even say these things? I'm in a quarter-life crisis here. I'm like 20, we'll say 23 to make it fun here, guys. Quarter-life crisis.
Buddy, I'm
scared hell.
I just turned 25 and I realized, what am I doing in my life?
We're podcasting on a Friday night to maybe 5 people. That should show you the content of our lives.
Yeah, because like, it's one of those things where as soon as you hit, I hear like, oh yeah, as soon as you hit a certain amount, they'll hit you. Like, life hits you. And it actually definitely does. After we graduated school, I turned 25. I felt like I got hit with a 15 bag of Yukon Gold potatoes straight to the face.
Oh yeah.
And I'm sitting here trying to like be I don't know, man. I'm trying to switch. I'm trying to take my own advice and change my mindset, change your situation. When I'm trying to change it, I'm getting chirped for not being me.
What do you mean?
I don't know what I mean. I don't know, man. That's what I hate, not knowing, because yeah, people go, oh yeah, you're young, you'll figure it out. I have no idea, man. I'm like, if you ask 20-year-old Riley about 25-year-old Riley, I'm like 0 for 4. I'm demoted to AAA. Not even. I'm demoted to single A Dunedin.
And the question I have is, how long is it okay? How long are people going to be like, don't worry, you're young. Hey, buddy, soon enough, I'm going to be 40 years old. And does it stop? Do people look at you differently once you turn 40? And it's like, dude, you're not young. You did fuck up. Well, then why did you not tell me that for the last 15 years? Why'd you let me think I was okay when I wasn't?
Yeah.
Where is the Magustas?
There's no Magustas. Because, like, it's funny because when I interact with people, like with my other job, one of friggin' 3 right now.
You can catch them moonlighting at the Sobeys on Highway 50, guys.
Then at the Hamilton Strip. Yeah, I look at people and I'm like, in my mindset, I'm like, oh, that's fine, whatever. I work with like 16-year-olds and I'm sitting there, I'm like, what the hell am I doing with my life? Like, I shouldn't be here. I should be somewhere else. And I know people are like I'm just saying us. Oh, you shouldn't think like that. How can you say that when you're in the position that I want to be in?
Oh, you got that right.
Right? And I don't know. If you guys are going through a crisis, please let us know, because we're currently going through one and we don't know how the hell to fix that.
If you're a therapist, please call me and we'll set up a booking time for at
free,
least
because
30 hours.
Yeah, because we're broke.
Yeah, I'll pay you in beer tokens. They're expired.
The one that I just gave you.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's the most money I've made in the last 6 months, folks.
Yeah, honestly, it's one of those things you just got to keep it going. It's so cliche, but you got to keep going, keep pushing. But I think times like this really judges a character and see how, like, who you are, and I get that.
But what if you don't like what you see? Then what do you do after this? It's like, hey, this is the struggle. Let's look at my inner self. Oh, God, it is horribly disgusting. Where do you go? Where do you go?
I don't know where you go, and I think that's where we're like on a pause. Because
quite seriously,
you see everyone around you progressing. Meanwhile, you're trying to do the exact same thing and keep you're like
it's
failing.
It's tires and mud, man. I feel like I'm spinning tires and everybody's already done the track. They're 3 laps ahead.
Meanwhile, you're qualified. You're good. You're not a screw up. You know how, like, people when you're older and I'm just saying this is a general, and they're single and you're like, why are they single? And when you date them, you're like, that's why they're single. And I'm saying this right now, and it might, we're judging each other. Well, Rob's in a relationship, doesn't matter.
Heavy judgment eyes on this kid.
But I don't know. I think I'm fine. And when I say I'm not talking about relationships, I'm just saying in general.
General topic, oh yeah.
I'm trying to tell this to people, but I don't know how to, because I don't know.
On the outside, this kid looks put together. On the inside, he's a great guy. The only problem is all the excrements, like, hey, do you have a great job? We're getting there. Hey, do you have your own place? We're getting there. Yeah. Do you have a car? Hells yeah. So
I'm leasing it.
1 of 3. Come on. That's not bad, right?
Yeah.
But the problem is, nowadays, girls have, and I don't mean to assume anything, but I am, you want 10 of 3. So you want a guy that has at least $40,000 in the bank. Why? Because you want to go on vacation. You want to be able to eventually afford a home. Well, I'm sorry to tell you, but 3 jobs and I still can't afford to take you out on vacation.
Man, you said it. You said it, because it's weird. I don't know, man. Because you don't. In my opinion, it's always good to be in a relationship, but at the end of the day, you got to do you, and that's why I see you and your girlfriend. It's perfect. It's good. It's awesome.
Healthy.
Healthy. It's just the ideal because girls nowadays, because me being single, look like you. They say, "What do you do?" And obviously I say, and it's just so annoying because I don't know, man. It's just so awkward nowadays.
And the worst thing is, the 3 options I have to respond with, each is worse than the other. And yeah, what do you do? Oh, well, I host a podcast. Do you have any followers? Nope. No. Hey, what do you do? Oh, I'm a graduate student. Do you have a job? Nope. Hey, what do you do? I work as a temp in a factory.
Man.
If any of you are interested in one of the 3, please let me know. I'll change my LinkedIn status. We'll throw it on up there for you guys.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I don't know what's going on because a lot of, I speak to like my friends who are girls and like, oh, it's good. Like, don't worry. And this is like general with me and my other friend. Like, oh, you guys are good. Don't worry. But they say that, but they don't mean it.
They say it, and they might be single, and it's like, oh, so Steph, if we're so good, like, you want to go out and get a beer? You're good, but I like a certain kind of guy.
It's just girls nowadays don't know what they friggin' want, and it just comes down to the guys who, like, they don't know what they're doing. Meanwhile, they're fine. They're like, there's nothing wrong with them, and they'll leave because like, it's like a domino effect. If you don't have one,
you don't have the other.
You don't have another. Don't have another. You don't have another. You could try so hard to change that.
And it's so silly because it's like, think of it this way: if this guy here, Riley Welch, had
on his right
a professional job, he has jobs. Great guy.
3. Have 3.
Very mature. He's keeping his shit straight. If he had a professional job, he's got the car. Every girl would be like, "Oh my God, I'm in love." But the fact is, the only thing that is preventing him from being the Ryan Gosling of the dating world is the fact that you don't want the struggle. You girls, and I don't mean to assume this because it's always true, but you're not fighters anymore. Girls don't fight for what they want. They're like, oh, this guy's great, but I'll just wait 5 years for when he's settled.
Meanwhile,
why wait?
Why?
Help the guy through, and next thing you know, you'll be the reason why he succeeded.
Conor McGregor, prime example. Like there's
loyalty.
Like nowadays, there's no girls really like that. Oh, there probably is, but they're like
very few
tucked away. Apparently,
they're married. Guy has realized that 3 days in, he popped the question, and now that's long gone.
You know what? Props to you, dude. Props to you. You took the opportunity. I appreciate that.
So like,
but for guys like us or me, what the frig?
Especially in a quarter-life crisis. Yeah. Like, how are you supposed to go out? What conversation starter could I honestly come to you with other than the fact that, hey, I'm broke. I would buy you a beer because you're good-looking, but I can't even afford the one I'm drinking.
Hey, I have to... So you took that episode of Seinfeld. I love Seinfeld. It was when George is unemployed, living with his family, mom and dad. He's broke. And he wow, that's actually just really similar because he's sitting there. He's like, I got nothing going on in my life, and everything I do is wrong. So, and then Jerry's like, if everything that you do is wrong, do the opposite because it'll be right. So,
hashtag life changer.
Yeah. So a girl walks into the scene, and George's like, oh wow, she's hot, or she looked at me, and he's like, and Jerry's like, go for it because your first instinct is not to talk about it. Talk to her. She's like, yeah, okay, I'll do it. And it's like that scene is my life. Or I don't know if that made sense.
It definitely made sense because it's so true. It's like what the problem is. It's like you're doing everything one way, and apparently that one way is not doing anything for you. So why not just take the south route when you're going north? Because clearly going north ain't getting you nowhere. So it's like, you know what? Flip it over. Well, if one page isn't working, flip the page.
Yeah.
But the problem is, folks, when you get to the back index and you only got 3 pages left to go, you get really hopeful. And if those last 3 pages don't work out, you gotta start another book. And god darn, do you not want to do that?
I'll tell you that. All right, well,
I think we talked enough about personal issues here today. My therapist is cussing too much. Now you guys got to listen to me and this guy. Yeah. Probably because he's a co-host.
It's funny because we're trying to cap this at a even 20, but now it's an even 30.
Oh, we're past the 30.
So I think it's time. I think it's our cue to say bye.
Oh yeah, I think we hit the podcast viewers. It's like, I need a rant for an extra 10 minutes, and it just happened.
See, I don't know how like Bill Burr goes on a rant for like an hour and he gets like thousands of views.
My throat is already telling me, put some more beer down me and stop talking. So.
Yeah, essentially. Well, on that note, we're going to finish the drinks. So, if you want to know more about my depressing life,
please
dude,
want to know more.
Give me a follow on Instagram at Riley. Whoa, I just screwed up my own plug. Follow me at GrapesUWelch on Instagram, and on Twitter it's Riley M. Welch, and then through my Instagram has my website RileyMWelch.com .wix or something like that.
Folks, this is what happens when you have at least 8 plugins. You're a professional. That's why.
Yeah, and check out my blog, RileyWelchBlog, about to drop a brand new post. It's going to be about who should take a hiatus. What? That's all me.
So you know where I'm at. The Bearded Man Toronto on your Instagrams, your Twitters. If you want to look me up on Facebook, it's up to you. You can give it a try. If you want my cell phone number, it's $45. E-transfer first, please. And you can catch me at your local Walmart from 9 to 5 in the deli section. Please don't ask for cheese or cold cuts because I am working.
And ask for Roberto Alomar, not Rob, because apparently...
If you mention my podcast, you will get $5 off your purchase of turkey beef. Yes, it is turkey and beef because the broker class of us eat both at the same time.
Well, on that note...
If there's any time to end it, it would be now. Have fun, take it easy, and come back next week.
And keep the pucks down. Take care.